scared to win. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be scared to fail, but it's a lot of people scared to win. They're scared of what success is going to bring, so they're scared to follow through. They're scared to, you know what I'm saying, to dream big dreams. This is what this podcast is about. It's helping you to get over that final hurdle. Let me give you a good example. I'm clicking up with a couple of cats right now. We're trying to do something real big coming out in 010, as I suggested before. Keep on the lookout for what we're trying to do. I think it's going to bubble and be real lovely when it's done. But you know, and I'm telling you straight game from my brain, partner. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it saying, what if it gets too out of control? You see what I'm saying? What if what we do doesn't, does what I don't want it to do? Meaning, you know what I'm saying, what I'm in my comfort zone, okay, where I feel optimal in my hustle. What if it interferes where, you know what I'm saying, I feel uncomfortable? And I had to sit down and think about that as I was, trying to chop it up and say, that's not a real reason for us not to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, what if it turns into, what if we end up on Oprah or something crazy? Because I like to dream big, partner. I'm not dreaming of us being an underground hit. You understand what I'm saying? We trying to, do big things, touch real people, make real impact. And so as I, lean back in the chase on them, you dig, and look out the window, I'm thinking, how is this all going to come together? What is my role in the game? What are these other cats really about? I need to sit down and think about it. And as I think about it, I think, overall it's going to win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a winning idea, so I'm all in for it. But I don't want you to ever think that I'm not really scared to win. Scared of the success that I might have, that we might have as a collective, getting this stuff over the hurdle and getting it out and pushing and printing, you dig, on, you know what I'm saying, into the public. So I want you to know, it's not just you, partner. It's not just you that think about how I'm going to juggle the world, how I'm going to, how this stuff is going to inconvenience my life, how, I'm not ready to go to this level yet, but this level presented itself. One of my boys, I always send out, feelers about, what I'm saying, to some of my good friends, because I think they know who I am, who the real Freeman is. And so I send out one, but my boy came back and he told me, he threw on there, he said, look, it's one thing to be scared. You know what I'm saying? It's another thing just to not want to go. And he said, if you don't want to go, that's one thing. But if you're scared about what possibly can happen, that's another. You know what I'm saying? And I had to sit down and marinate on that, and and think to myself, that probably is it. I'm a real low-key individual. I know some of y'all cats don't believe that because I'm on this podcast spewing, my own life and things that really pop off, and and where we should be and where I think we can go. But realistically, I've been doing this stuff for a while on my own, you understand what I'm saying, without no real input from other people. And part of the reason why I did that is because most of the time I link up with cats and they're not really so serious about, reaching what we can reach. They really serious only about talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I usually have to keep myself away from cats who just want to talk about it, and let's, to put some rubber to the ground, partner, and let's, get up out of here. But these cats, don't want to do that. So now that I'm presented with cats, I really feel that really think, hey, linking up can be a monster, and I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want y'all to ever think that it's something that I'm trying to stress to you, that it's not something that I'm going through myself, it's something that I have to keep fighting myself to say, extend yourself, Freeman, take another step. You know what I'm saying? Every time we took a step before, we weren't ready for it, but we compensated. We got into the middle of the hustle. We adjusted. You understand what I'm saying? Grew another coat of fur on me, you dig, to make sure I can handle the elements. I want y'all to know that it's in me too. But let's talk about in general. Some of you cats are facing some real issues when it comes to starting up chips. Some of you cats are really, scared to win more than you're scared to fail. You know what I'm saying? Let's go through some of them, because this was also in some of the conversations that we had where you're talking about you're scared to be judged. You know what I'm saying? That's like number one on the hustle that most people do. And it comes to your boy Freeman too. I'm not good with cats judging me at all. You know what I'm saying? I consider it to be a fight situation. You see, when you know, if you want to come and challenge me on something that I'm telling you for free, and you want to say it's better, well, stop listening to me, partner. But you see, that's not the best angle to go at it. So when I feel people are judging me for things, and don't get it twisted, this is something to do with my childhood and my upbringing, having to fight through people and being doubted and everything else, that you kind of get this tough skin about cats even, you know, questioning who you are. You understand what I'm saying? That you sit back and say, if this cat say something, I'm gonna let him know that you know, the real reason why I'm here, man, and that's to, you know, move mountains, homie, not to sit here and have cappuccinos. You dig? But like I said, that number one is not, you know, the being judged is tough. Okay, but let me give you a good example. I think I threw it out there for one of you cats before, but the cat who made Beanie Babies, okay, it's a man who made Beanie Babies for some of you cats, but you know, he's buying hotels in Manhattan. He owns hotels. You don't think, now just be real with yourself. If you had a partner over here saying, I'm a man and I'm making little toy Beanie Babies, you know, what would you have thought of that cat? It takes some real guts to sit there and, as a man, look across to another man and say, I'm making stuffed animals or toys. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta know that he probably went through a whole bunch of judging, and his family probably thought he was throwing away his life, but he still stuck to it and got to it, you dig? And created something. I don't want to ever belittle the fact that, you know what I mean, or look down on the fact that, or don't relate to you on the fact that being judged out here in this world is tough. And you got to have some tough skin to say, I'm going to see it through anyway. Number two that I want to get to is that when the cats are scared to win is they can't see a proper timetable in which they're going to be able to do all the things they set out to do. And what I mean by that is, if I win, then, you know, how am I going to take my kids to childcare? If I win, you know, how am I going to, you know, I still want to chill. I don't want to work 18, 20 hours a week. You know, if I win, how do I, you know what I'm saying? I got to sacrifice this in order to get that. So let me tell you, you know, that's just the truth of the matter. Your timetable will change. And what it's doing is, and it don't think it's taking time away from you. It's actually making you organize your time. Something that you probably never had to do because you allow other people to tell you when to wake up, when to brush your teeth, when to go work out, because you're all adjusting your schedule around your 9 to 5, your 8 to 5 gig. So it's easy for you to plan and plot when somebody is taking, you know, really 130 a day. If 8 hours is for sleep and 8 hours is for work, you only got 8 hours left. You dig? And in the middle, you got to throw in an hour or two just for transportation. So you only got 6 hours left. So they took that day from you and gave you 6. Now, what if you had 14, 15 hours of your own? And that's what this does. It adjusts your timetable, because now you have to be productive, because you do know when you're optimally better time. You know, some people are late sleepers and they really want to get to work at 10 because they know they're ready to roll at 10. If you know that about yourself and you got the free time to do it, you can do it. But that also means you have to be disciplined. You know, you get there at 10, you can't take a lunch at 12. You only been at work 2 hours, but don't worry about fitting success into your timetable. And let me get on to the last thing, and you'll understand why I'm telling you never to fit success into your timetable. Never allow these things to come in. The third one is, you know, most cats really are just terrified. That's just straight up. A lot of cats are terrified. When they see it out there, it's like a deer in headlights, and they say, you know, I'm a good dancer. I'm a great dancer. And you know what I'm saying? If I ever get a chance to be on, you know, Alvin Ailey's or something like that, I could show people. And then when they get up there, they freeze. And if you've never been to that point in your life, you're more worried that you're gonna freeze. You're more worried, we're gonna throw back to number one, you're more worried about being judged. You're more worried about that you're not gonna be able to do it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real fear that cats have. And I don't want to call it the fear of failing. It's just fear in general, fear on GP. the best way I can describe it, I'm a man myself, so you walk up to a woman and you ever been around a whole bunch of cats who, when they talking about women, if you're not a woman, if you're not a man, you don't understand. But a lot of cats will sit there and will politic about a woman. You see a woman go by and someone say, I think she's stuck up, I think she this, I think she that. And realistically, cats are scared to win. So they want to give themselves a reason to strike out. You know what I'm saying? And they set up all these artificial barriers that we're not going to know what this woman is really about until we get up and ask her how you doing. We're just not going to, know. But a lot of cats are scared, not even of rejection, just scared on GP. You know what I'm saying? It's safer to have somebody to choose you than for you to choose it. And let me say that over to you again. It's safer for someone to choose you, for you to go out into this world and choose it. And that's what it is when you're getting scared. It's for the first time in your life, you set the standard, you set the tone, you set the timetable, partner. And then you get up and the first thing you think is, what if, that's just scary to be, I've never been able to do it before. I'm not good with money. I'm not good with time. I'm not good with my looks. I'm not good. I'm not a good dresser. I'm not a good, all these reasons. It's just fear. And I want you to know that, it comes with, these are the steps that come in when you're scared to win. You understand what I'm saying? Number 4 is scared of interaction. And I want you to know with the number 4, what I mean by interaction is, once you take a step outside of this world, once you take a step outside your comfort level, once you take a step outside your car door, partner, the world is not on it's not going to do it the way you want. And for the first time in your life, you're going to have to sit down and convince people that your way is the right way. You're scared of the interaction with the bank. You're scared of the interaction with deals with other partners. You're scared of going to meetings where possibly things could pop. You're scared of that whole idea because it really brings in an element that we have no control over, and that is somebody else. I want you to know that's one of my number 1 fears too, because I'm usually the alpha male in my thinking, of course, and I run into other cats who are alpha males, and you know what I'm saying, and you have to learn to say, what is the bigger goal? What are we trying to accomplish here? It's not about showing that Freeman is smart. It's about showing, that Freeman can contribute. You understand what I mean? That Freeman can do what is necessary for us to win. You know what I'm saying? Because if we all on the same team, we all won the Super Bowl, you dig? We all won. I get a ring too, partner. You know what I'm saying? I like wearing the jewelry. No, I don't. I'm just playing around. I don't got no jewelry on me. But you know what I'm saying? We all get the accolades. We all get to share in the chip. We all get to win. And sometimes it's interaction, because if you've been walking this life, and a lot of us have, let's not get it twisted. A lot of us been walking this life alone, knowing that the way we think about chips, knowing that the way we go about the world is not exactly shared by the majority of people. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I knew that since I was a kid. That's why, been refined in the fire of this hustle, trying to perfect it. You know what I'm saying? Not to be perfect, but to perfect it, if you understand what I'm saying. That I know that I've been walking this life with my own angles, with my own beliefs, with my own core idea of how we gonna get this done. You know what I'm saying? So much so that, as a younger Freeman, I didn't even want to listen to people, because I'm like, I'm about mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like God in the game. I don't mean that to be blasphemous. I just mean you don't have to hear me. Just see it when I build it, you dig? I mean, that's what I'm thinking, doing God's work with it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna make it happen whether it's like or not. This is an unemotional angle of going at chips. It don't have nothing to do with you, partner. It got everything to do with me. So the thing I want you to know is that interaction, that's what we scared to step out there and do, because we know in order to build, we need a contractor. And I'm not a contractor, right? We need a marketing guy, and I'm not a marketing guy. You know what I'm saying? I need someone to drive a truck. I need someone to do the heavy lifting. We know we got to build this team. You know what I'm saying? In order to get everything accomplished. But if we are scared of having those interactions, we're going to fail. The biggest thing I want you to know about being scared to win, the fallacy, the mistake you make in thinking this way. One is you exaggerate the future. Believe it or not, everybody doesn't pop the first time they open up shop. You dig? Let me repeat that. Everybody don't pop the first time they open up shop. It won't be an instant success. And if it is, more power to you. Get your guns up and keep your enemies out and make the bread, you dig? But if it won't pop, so you have to stop yourself from thinking about what's going to happen. You know, how are we going to divide up the money? You know, we talking millions. How are we going to, you know what I'm saying? I got to worry. I got to go get a lawyer. I got to go. Let me give you a good example. This is case in point. I got a friend over on the DC side of things. And she gave me a call and she said, you know, Freeman, you know, I got to talk to you about some business. So I listened, chop it up to her in the business. She's trying to figure out the structure of the business. Meaning, should it be a LLC, a LLP, a S Corp, a C Corp? And, you know, if y'all not up on it, I explain game. Check me out in February. I'm going to explain corporations to you, too, in layman's terms. Check me out in February of 2010. But she called me and she's like, you know, all this structure, because she's worried about, you know, who's going to own what and who has the power. And so, you know, the basic question I asked her, I said, is the person you're going into business with competent? And she said, yeah. And I said, you know what I mean, competent, capable of performing their task. She said, yeah. I said, okay, then let's not have this conversation, because even, you know, Vera Wang or somebody, or Ray Kroc or somebody might be the expert hamburger maker, and you need these people on the team. And if they were here in the beginning, they need to have an equal split of the chips. But you need to sit down across from the table and be honest about what you perceive your role to be, so there will be no mistakes. What are your emotional hang-ups? You know what I'm saying? When I enter into any situation, I always try to tell cats, hey, look, I'm not really a public persona kind of cat. That's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? So it don't mean I won't help if it needs to be helped, but that's just not my angle. You know what I'm saying? So I want cats to know what I'm uncomfortable with. So we know when we get to this point, we'll say, hey, you know what, Freeman? I still need you to do it. I know you feel uncomfortable. Can we just do it this one time? I need you to cover. Good. You know what I'm saying? As long as people understand that, I don't feel like they're thrusting me into a position I don't want to be in. But when you enter these partnerships with people, like I told my friend on the DC side, you know, you have to understand that you need to, you know what I'm saying, look at the person and find out what they're about. You know, you need to really ascertain all these things before you move forward, because you're actually sabotaging the hustle. And that's one of the big major things. I got one more major one, but you're sabotaging the hustle because you look outside and you see some clouds and you say it's gonna rain, and it's gonna rain, and it's gonna rain, and it's gonna rain, and then you don't go outside. And you don't see what's popping today. You don't go out there and get you a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You don't do like my boy at 10 fasts and get an almond joy. You dig, in the middle of the rain. Because I ain't, but that cat is, so he's still going to get, rain ain't stopping him from getting a little bit of almond joy. You dig? So it's something you got to stop yourself. But the biggest thing I want you to know, and this is the big thing I can give you about being scared to win, what you underestimate. Okay, let me give it to you. I will give you a drum roll, but you know, I put a lot of extra graphics in there. I'm tired of putting graphics in there right now, but you created it. You can stop it. You created this life. You can stop it whenever you want. People don't realize how powerful they are, especially when you create it. I have a sign that sits next to my desk at work that says to me, you can stop any time you want. This is the life you chose, not the one that was chosen for you. See, you look at this timetable and say, how can I do it? Well, when you got extra money, you got time. You think you don't, but you can get a babysitter now. You couldn't get a good babysitter. You can get someone to come in and clean your house. You thought, how am I going to clean my house? You can get clothes that are already, you take them to the cleaners, you drop them off, you pick them up, they already pressed. You know what I'm saying? When you win in a lot of things, partner. Don't be scared to win. You win in all facets of your life. You were worried about your brother, your sister, your mother, your lover, your whoever. You know what I'm saying? You were worried about how they were gonna handle it. But you know now, you get to take them to better spots. You get to appreciate them more with better gifts. You know what I'm saying? You get to take a day off and you get to fly to, you know what I'm saying, Cancun on them. You know, Dominican Republic, Panama. If y'all want to see what that goes down, Panama looking nice. You know what I'm saying? And you get to take your special someone and take them there. All these things you were worried about losing, you're going to win at them. Don't get it twisted. Some of these cats are still out there mashing hard 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day, because they think that's what it takes, and they don't have a balance to their life. But when you win, that's why I don't want you to be scared of it. When you win, remember you control it. A lot of people, they think they got to work hard. That's what they do when they make it. I'm gonna work 20 hours a day. I'm on my grind. I'm doing this. I'm here. I'm there. But they not realizing that there is an optimum time. If they really sat down and say, you know what, 10 hours a day would get me the same value as me working 16. And most of the time, I'm sitting here drained because I'm not really up to par. I used to make all these calls and still make all these calls to a lot of clients every day. And I used to tell myself, I'm just going to hit them hard, man, like day one, Freeman, when I really got into the game, I'm going to hit them hard. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a second that dial tone was working on my phone, because I was always dialing the number. And then one day I realized that, man, if I hit them hard for about 2 to 3 hours every day, it's just as good. Because I just got tired of trying to pitch an idea to people. I got tired of pitching a dream. I got tired of pitching a vision. Somewhere around call number 30, man, I'm like, you know, I was even starting to get rude on people because, you know, you only got so much sugar in the system, man, to keep it sweet and charming, you dig? So I want you to know that don't be scared to win. All right? Don't look at life and think this next year is going to be a bad one. This past year was bad, next year is going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be bad, it's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Once we get off the ground, and stop looking up the mountain. You know what I'm saying? When you climbing anything, you ever climb a mountain, you ever climb you know what I'm saying? You do Stairmaster, you know, see me out there, I'm on the stairs with you. And you got tunnel vision. You can only see the next hard step you got to take. That's just the way the game is from the bottom up. But when you're on top, when you win, you get to look down and see that you came off a beautiful scene here. You know what I'm saying? We get to see the dolphins jumping in the water. We get to see Catalina Island. We get to see everything from our vantage point, you dig? So when you get to the top, don't be scared to win. You know what I'm saying? Get that out the conversation right now. And now, you know, I'm gonna move on to something. I was gonna say this for another time, but I gotta say this for you for New Year coming up. First, I want to say a deep-hearted thank you for the cats who've been really coming to check out the podcast, really doing the blogs, really, you know, hitting me up on emails. I hope I've been providing good game. I hope I can give you something to build on. I never said I was the guru of hustle. I just, you know, I'm going to give you what I know. But I want you to look into this next 010, okay, as something that it's going to be a great year for us. It's going to be something that, you know what I'm saying, we hitting our stride this year. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't been with me that long, rewind the tape, go back, check me out for this month and for the last 3-4 months, and start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Buy the hood. You know what I'm saying? What money look like. Let's build the puzzle together. I've been trying to build you this big picture because it's not over with yet, but I'm gonna give you this big picture of the world, and I want you to know how unstoppable in this game we really are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats are going to be coming around this corner because it's recession time, and cats are not, you know, getting a funny little hamster from China that's running through the little maze or something. You know what I'm saying? That they're going to think it's a bad time. Remain optimistic, not because we know what optimism looks like, not because we really have attained happiness, but because we know happiness is around the corner. Not on some old Bible stuff, partner, not on that other stuff, but just the fact that anytime you've known better, we've done better. You know what I'm saying? You know, anytime you know what I'm saying, we've got some new information, anytime we've got some new money, anytime we've been enriched in any way, we've always done better. And if you've been riding with me, I know You guys have helped me to see bigger pictures, and I've hoped that I got you over a little bit over there. We got a big hurdle to hurdle with this one, but I'm telling you, we on the way. I can hear it, I can read it in some of you cats' responses. Some of the emails now are very detailed. You know what I'm saying? Cats were sending me some wild stuff, but now cats are piecing together one hustle and then saying I'm gonna parlay it into the second hustle, and that's when I know I feel good as a man, as my own self, of what I'm trying to do with this podcast, that I get that kind of feedback, because I know now some of you cats and all of you cats are starting to piece together. We starting to get off the ground. You know what I'm saying? We starting to say, I'm gonna do this as my first hustle to build up money to start a bigger hustle. That's straight game. That's what I wanted to do when I came up here, is to give you enough. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure y'all know as we go into OTN, first of all, be safe. If y'all gonna go out there and drink, you know, I want to say drink responsibly, but I don't even care for drinking, so I'm not gonna advocate that whole angle at all. You know what I'm saying? Pump your brakes when you're out there on these streets. You know what I'm saying? Take a side street to get home. It ain't that serious, partner. 3 minutes ain't gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? But it would if you were stuck on the lane you win. Third thing, believe in yourself. Believe in what you hear coming out from your heart, from your brain. If you smell, you know, feces, partner, when you get into this game, you know, make sure you recognize it as such. God gave us this power to recognize things. And the last thing I want you to know is, some of you cats are sitting on the sidelines and you're waiting and debating and thinking about, how am I gonna jump into this game? And I want you to know I'm riding with you in the old 10. Hang in there with me for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, and I know I'm gonna get you over that hurdle. You know what I'm saying? Where you're gonna sit back and say, I might as well sell something on eBay. I might as well just give this a try. I might as well give this a stab. I might as well see this through to the end. Because believe it or not, that's all I got. That's all I got over anybody in this world. I don't want y'all to think I was born this way. I always try to divulge that I'm from Compton, I'm this, I went through all these tough times, because I want y'all to look down on me and say, I'm better than that Cat Freeman, guaranteed. I didn't go through half the stuff this cat went through. You know what I'm saying? I came from a 2-parent household. I went to here, I did this. I should be doing better than your boy Freeman, and I want you to. I got big shoulders, man. I can take the heat, I can take it. I want y'all to always think about where we could possibly be. And I want y'all to use my examples as a reason. Anytime y'all need to hit me up, freeman@risinggrind.com. You know what I'm saying? I'll do the best I can to answer it and point you in the right direction. But in 010, as we get ready to roll through it, I want you to know, every day is a good day. Only a sucker believes it's going to be a bad one. Let me repeat that to you. Again, this is the last thing I'm going to say to you for 09. Every day is a good day. Only a sucker believes tomorrow's going to be a bad one. Next time, partner.